What's up, everybody? Okay, we're live on YouTube.
Nice.
Hey, yo.
Hey, what's up, people?
Who's
Party
joining us?
people.
What up, people? Um,
Party people.
party people. Friday morning. Um, we're getting live on Instagram in a moment, but if you are here on YouTube, say what's up? What is up? Hey, I Crescendo. Thanks for joining us. All right, so Leo, you're gonna go live on T Saxy's page?
Yes,
Okay, let
I
me show
am.
you guys.
I'm doing it right now. It's happening. Oh, wait, no.
Sense is killing me in
I
anticipation.
I messed it up. I like went to Two Sax's page instead of being two. I run too many pages, honestly. It's like a little bit of a mind.
This is what they didn't teach you in music school, folks. You'd actually be spending a lot of your professional music life running social media pages, just like us. What's
Yeah.
up, Novel? Hi, Andre. Glad you're going to join us tomorrow, my friend. It's going to be good. All right, Two Saxies live on IG.
I can never get to stay. There we go. That's good.
All right.
Cool.
I guess I gotta, now I have to remember how to call in.
Yeah, I think you just like request or something.
It's
It's
like I
weird.
forget
It comes up as
every
like a
single
comment
time.
almost. It comes up as like a comment.
Right. Oh, that's right.
It's weird.
Also, Instagram is changing so many things around. I don't know if you've been noticing on your profile. Like, I look at mine, I'm like, what? The buttons are in different places.
Yeah, I Instagram makes me like I'm really nervous. Honestly, this is funny. I'm really nervous that like Instagram's gonna get um oh sent requests to okay. I'm really nervous that Instagram is gonna like I don't know, like do you ever get nervous that like your account's gonna get deleted or something's gonna happen and just like your Instagram won't like exist anymore?
Yeah, I
Or like
mean, I was just talking about this yesterday I did a Berklee College of Music panel, and I think it was Bob Reynolds that was saying, like, you guys all know that at any moment, like, any of your socials and the whole platform could go down, right? Like, so he's like, it's really important to cultivate connections with everyone, not just through the platforms in other ways. I guess I hadn't really thought of that, but it's like, yeah, we have a connection to all of you right here. But at any time, like TikTok too, I mean, there's talks of it just
yeah,
not talking.
I feel like that kind of inspires me to want to practice more because I'm like, well, I mean, I'll have my saxophone and I can always play outside, even if there's like a apocalypse. Like, what if like electricity stops and there's no internet stuff? Like all that stuff, I feel like is like taken for granted, kind of. You know what I mean?
Totally. And weirdly enough, you know, in my apartment, we also have like lots of canned tuna and, uh, just in case it becomes apocalyptic times, you just gotta fill that bathtub with some water. And yeah, luckily we have our saxophone, so we can stay,
Entertain.
just keep busy, be entertained, and then some canned tuna, just in case things get
It's like
crazy.
if there's like an apocalypse and we're in the same little village tribe, you know, we could still entertain people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, totally. Wooly's asking, how would you guys get reeds though in an apocalypse? Oh, you gotta stock up.
I think basically we would just take like one trip to like a giant reed factory. It would be like kind of dangerous and like risky. I'd be like, "No, Grace, watch out for the mine!" Like, like and like
The reed monster comes flying.
I would like light all the soprano reeds on fire so no one can ever play soprano again.
Oh my God. Soprano! But for reals, like me and Pasha actually talk about apocalyptic times and what we would do on more regularly than one would think.
Yeah, no, it's a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I don't know fun, but it's interesting.
It's interesting. And definitely COVID's just shown us what w a lot of us take for granted and what happens when it gets taken away and the feelings that we miss and the people we miss and the stuff and experiences we miss.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
definitely a time of reflection for me.
Yeah. It's a crazy time.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope
yeah.
you guys, how's everybody doing? Hanging in there?
Yeah. What's up,
That's,
people?
we want to hear from you. Also, while we got you here on the line, it didn't occur to me, Leo, until I started seeing some comments. People are back in school.
Mm.
So, like, we want to know if there's a better time to do
Oh,
office
yeah.
hours. You can suggest some stuff. We got friends all around the world, so honestly, it's kind of hard to find a time sometimes, but I think that, I did not I realized that some of you are like watching from class and maybe there's some other time we can come together too. But we got a lot of folks watching now, which is great. How have you been?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
And everyone here chat in, but I was talking to you.
oh, yeah. I've been good. Well, I just went on a little vacation.
Nice.
I feel like I planned too much stuff around the vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a note to self, like that I should do a vacation right after I finish a bunch of projects, not like before,
Uh,
because I just feel like I kept getting in my head about being like, oh, I gotta do that one, I gotta do that, I gotta do that.
and it's hard to
So
relax.
yeah, so I feel like that was like a bit of a thing for me was I was like, all right, next time I do this, like I'm gonna, because what happens is you're like, oh, like you tell everybody like I'm out fifth through eighth, and then people are like, well, can you do the ninth? And I'm like, okay, like can you do the 10th? Can you do this? Can you do, and then it's like you just
Yeah.
end up, you know.
Yeah.
But how are you doing?
It was nice to get away. I'm good. I've been feeling a bit like I think every night this week I've had a virtual piano class thing and then like so a lot of like prepping, getting ready, but you know, everything's good. Meddy's coming into town today, so
Wow.
go out to dinner, welcome him. If you guys don't know, Meddy's a really good friend of both of ours. Um, he has filmed, or no, he's taken pictures of both of us. Awesome photographer, content creator, audio engineer, homie. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And workshop day! Okay, if y'all do you all know by this point because we have tried to tell you all on our socials, but if you don't, we're gonna say it because it's tomorrow. We are doing an immersive day of teaching tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock a.m. ET. I know some of you have already gotten your tickets. Say what's up if you have. And we're going to be going through three topics tomorrow. There's different sessions, and it's the first time that each of us are going to teach an individual class as well. So we just want to tell you a really short bit about it before we get into reviewing videos. Also, if you can't make it during the actual time tomorrow, everybody who attends gets replay videos, PDFs, private playlists, and this is stuff I really think that a lot of you can chew on for the next few weeks, months. Our goal is to like give you a ton of value and stuff you can work on. So, we're starting the day tomorrow with a whole talk about setting up your practice routine. We're going to be going through some exercises with you, showing you guys a sample of our practice routines. There's a lot of confusion for a lot of you, right? Of like, what do I practice? How do I practice? So we want to clarify some of those things, and we do want to go over some best practices as well, right? Talking about prioritizing stuff.
Yeah, it's really important to have like clear goals when you're practicing. The only way you can really improve is by having a clear goal and just repetition, repetition, repetition. It's the most important thing is just doing the same exercise over the course of a month or months or a year. Like every time I've truly improved, I feel as though I've had to really just repeat exercises and really just get that type of muscle memory. Um, and I always say to people, like, how good a musician is a combination of how much you've practiced and how much you practice.
Mm,
So it's a combination thing. It's like if you're a boxer, Like, if you don't box for a year, you're not going to be in shape, even if you were the best boxer a year ago. It's the same thing with music. Um, so it's really important to not let that go. That's something that I've had as an issue a lot of times is I'm like, I feel like my altissimo isn't speaking the same way that it was like a few months ago. What's going on? And it's like, well, I was hitting the scales with altissimo every day. Um, and just, I'm also someone with a really short attention span. So doing a lot of exercises works really well for me in a row. Be like, all right, did all the pentatonics. All right, I did this tonguing thing. All right, I did long tones. Boom, like 40 minutes. I just did everything I need to do. Um, you know, so that's kind of something that's important too is finding what works for you. And I mean, and all that being said, like it's important to not be like too hard on yourself. You still want to have fun. You still want to put in time that you can do whatever you want on your instrument, play crazy notes, play crazy things, work on passion projects. Um, but if you truly want to get better, you have to put in that that time every day. It's the same as any other human function. You can't just eat salads one day and be like, oh, I lost a bunch of weight from just eating salads that one day.
Consistency is super, super key, you guys. Ravia is asking how to get tickets. Link in our Instagram bios to grab tickets for tomorrow's workshop day. We're going to be leading you through, as Leo was saying, different practice routines, showing you our exercises, showing you how to log your practice, go, make sure that you are seeing the progress because there is a difference between practicing and playing. As Leah said, it's like, I mean, workshop days are so much fun. There's a great spirit about them, and we want to make sure to always bring, like you gotta have fun as you're learning, and I do believe you can do all those things together. All right, really briefly, let's go over the next couple of workshops that are going to be happening tomorrow. So, let's lead them through after the practice routine.
Yes. So then after that, I'm going to be going into tonguing and, well, I guess articulation. I don't know what to call it. I guess it's the same thing. I guess,
Both, yeah. Tonguing articulation.
yeah. Yeah, I've really learned a lot of different things about tonguing because um, I was a classical clarinet player originally, and I was tonguing a kind of a different way then. And then I also did classical saxophone. I played rock saxophone. I played jazz saxophone. I played Balkan saxophone. I played klezmer. I played all these different styles. And the pros in those fields tongue in different ways, and they create a variety of different articulations. And something I really pride myself on is that I change up the articulation when I'm playing solos. I try to make it interesting by making different length of notes or having different intensity within the articulation. Um, so I'm gonna really get some time to talk to you guys about all these different techniques that I've learned and what I've created. I've basically gathered information from all over the world, and I've kind of simplified it into my own style. And I'm really excited to show you some of it. I mean, for example, um, the long tone exercise that I've used since 6 years ago, which I'm going to teach. I have taught it. I have taught it many times in different webinars, masterclass things. I'm going to teach it again because I feel like it's a you can get a lot of information out of it, and it's kind of a lot. So you should kind of learn this long term exercise more than one time because it's kind of like one of those movies where like you catch something different every time. Um, so I'm gonna go over that again, and I'm gonna kind of show you how long tones actually were a gateway to the way that I tongue. So it was an exercise that was given to me from Gary Smulyan, and I started using this breath attack thing, which I know I've talked about, I know I've taught, but I really want to get deeper into it, how to use it, and I want to go into muting notes and shortening them and practicing that and making really clean, crisp articulation. Because at the end of the day, I want a saxophone to be a basically like any other instrument. Like it can be part of rhythm section. When I'm playing with too many zoos or when I'm playing with Mike from Moonhooch, or whenever Grace and I are walking down the street, I'm a big part of the rhythm section, or I am the rhythm section, or whatever you want to call it. Um, so when you're trying to be the rhythm section, it's different than just playing horn lines, which is like dot 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 dot. It's like boom boom ba ba boom ba da da ba ba boom ba da 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 ba da 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 da. You got to be prepared to tongue for long periods of time. So you're gonna want to have a and like extreme endurance built up. So I'll kind of show you how to do exercises where it's on and off, on and off, on and off, getting faster, and how to work with a metronome to make sure you don't get tongue tied, because there's nothing more embarrassing than playing a solo and getting kind of caught in it. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna show you everything
I'm
that I
so
know.
excited for that one. I gotta say, like, I'm glad that you're reviewing some things that they may have heard from you, but then going deep into it because I started to now try out starting my phrases using a breath attack because that's not
Yeah,
how I usually do it, but I've been hearing you say it so much. And like, I was trying it out last night. I'm like, wow, this actually is really cool. I felt like I had more power and more air to start the phrase and then to continue it.
yeah,
It's a new feeling for me, but I'm like super, super excited to learn from your tonguing and articulation session tomorrow. Which, by the way, everybody, you can get a full day pass if you want to hang out with us for these three full session and just get immersed into it. That's definitely my style. Then the best deal is to grab a day pass. So I know a lot of you have already grabbed that, but you can grab a la carte individual classes as well. I'm going to follow up Leo's workshop with a jazz language workshop. It's all about 2-5-1s. Now, I love nerding out about this stuff because I really believe that the more you train your ears to know jazz theory, to hear this stuff, to sing it, and to play it, you're going to hear me say that a million times. You want to hear it, sing it, play it, because if it's not up here, you're not going to be able to really connect to it here. It doesn't matter if you're going to end up playing a lot of jazz stuff or if you're playing jam band pop things, the secret is being able to hear the stuff and to know it so that you always have something you can pull out of your musical toolbox and say, oh, I know exactly what's going on in that song. I can identify that 2-5-1. So there's a lot of jazz chord progressions to go through. Tomorrow, there's so much to go through that I'm going to lead you through just within the 2-5-1s of how to be able to, we're going to do some ear training exercises. How do you hear that stuff? How do you create like a common tone thread line so that the lines that you play are clear and smooth. For example, instead of something really jumpy like you really want to have certain things that you're listening for that you've learned. You want to have a common tone thread line. I'm going to talk about that of like the importance of knowing which notes are going to go into the next note. So we're going to listen to some examples as well. The idea is that, whether you're brand new to 2-5-1s or whether you want to get deeper into it, that you now are able to identify and hear these chords on a deeper level. We're also going to talk about some things that you can do over the 5 chord, which I think is a chord that you can add so much seasoning to. It's like, you know, it's a, you can add different types of scales. You can really just add some flavor flav, like, and then you go to your 1 chord, which is a beautiful release. So we'll talk about that tension and release bit. And then we're gonna end workshop day as we do in the past with a virtual jam session. This is the place that we just want you to play, have fun, and it's a great way to end the day. We're going to lead you through different drills, exercises, free form playing. This is the closest way that you can jam with us. So, anyways, definitely grab your tickets. I know some of you already say you're going to be there. I'm putting the link in the YouTube channel, and it's in our Instagram links as well. Again, you can rewatch the videos. We give you all those assets. So, definitely join us if you haven't. It's a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's review some videos.
yeah. Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. By the way, we have somebody who chatted in the YouTube chat. He's 7 years old and he's just starting saxophone. That's seriously awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is open to all levels, by the way. Tomorrow's open to all levels, we beginners, intermediates. advanced, I think, for any of our beginner players too. You can grow into a lot of this stuff. You can keep referring back to it, which is super awesome. Okay, so we have some people who we have saved for today's office hours. Let's take a listen to this is at Sonurquizo. And by the way, I just gotta say, and we want to hear from you guys. Like last week was awesome having Mike. I totally enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was dope. How many of you here would love to see more Saxy guests on Office Hours? Anybody? And who would you like to see join our Office Hours? Because I thought it was so cool that also, we're giving you our feedback, our critique, and then Mike was also giving his feedback and critique watching you guys. So if you want to see more Saxy guests, let us know and let us know
I,
who you'd like to see.
I would like to see Kenny G.
Kenny G, that would be very interesting. Maybe we can get Dave Cause on here too.
Yeah,
Candy Dulfer.
I'm down.
And we could get a variety of Saxy guests. Who else should we get? Who do you guys want to see? Anyways, I'll let you all think. Those are definitely some awesome pop saxophonists. Okay, let's take a listen to um, our office hours entry. Here we go. That was really nice. It's just finishing up on Instagram. I'll jump in right away. I really felt that was super touching. Like, I felt you singing those words on the sax, and I love at the end, I know it's a short clip that we're reviewing, you guys. It's only like a minute, so I'd love to hear where you take it next, because I think you were probably about to start adding some more embellishments. But I just want to highlight the fact that on that last note, super like subtle, but I felt it. And I think you had a really nice approach to that. Misty.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice and expressive. I feel like you did a good job of reflecting the moment that you were creating. Like, I know I'm always telling people to like kind of overact when it comes to performing, but you didn't need to like do anything necessarily crazy or ridiculous during that. It's like just looking sentimental and get putting a warmth to your playing and your look and just looking like you really care is kind of all I feel like was needed for that type of ballady thing. I thought you had really cool ideas and I really like how you change the melody around. Um, but the main thing I would add is just a little more thick vibrato, like da da wah 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 wah, like something just a little more. When you held out the notes, I feel like they could use a little more like something like this. You know what I'm saying?
Woo! Subtones, the whole thing. Vibrato is beautiful.
Yeah, so maybe check out some like I don't know, like Harry Carney or some, and just like work on some vibrato stuff. And yeah, I just think that would like help with the longer notes.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so let's take a listen now to this is at Newbie Plays Trumpet. And I think this is one of the rarer trumpet submissions. We're open to all instruments here. It's not just, I know we got our sax gang, but
You can
let's
be
hear.
saxy trumpet player.
Yeah, sax is a lifestyle.
Yep.
It really is. Okay, here we go. All right. I take it that is an original composition slash jam. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I think that you have great power. So like the power's there, the volume's there, which is like check, ready to go. And that's really hard for some people to get. Some people can never really come out of their cage or cave or I don't know, comfort zone, whatever you want to call it. So like, that's a issue I find a lot of times, especially if we're going to different schools and stuff. When I see young players that are, that can play but are just too scared. So it's really good that you have that type of courage and power and just volume. But I feel like you could probably work on the fundamentals a little more. I don't really know that much about trumpet, but um, I feel like maybe working on some etudes and some scales thing just to clean out um, some of the playing, and I think that you'll benefit from that a lot. But great musical ideas and just a lot of power. I think you just need to focus on control.
Yeah, I too was struck by your sound. I think you really got that's great to kind of like end on that high note. I would love to hear you dig in on some of the musical concepts that you brought in a bit. You're doing some cool chromatic stuff and you're like hitting single notes, you know. I'm going to butcher this a little bit because I just heard it once, but I think I heard something like that. That was like a, and then you're doing a lot of repeating on notes, which is awesome. But I think you could actually use that as a motif and start to build your improv around, you know, something something that you're naturally already doing musically. Like, let's hear more of it. But I think I'd love to, you know, hear where you go with that. And I think for all of you, even if you're just making something up in the moment as an improv, you can make it still very lyrical and you can make it almost feel like it has like a song form. But that was great. Thank you all so much for sending it. And by the way, we're already seeing some comments of Saxy office hour guests that people are suggesting. I'm just gonna read some of them because we want you to keep it going. Just keep DMing us, commenting with any guests you'd like us to see. Better Sax. Oh yeah, we've both done videos with Better Sax. He's a great teacher, great player. Um, yep, Kenny G, Derek Brown, Chad LB. Yes, Darrow. All right, good to know. I think
How about Augie? Let's get Augie in here.
at Augie, yeah. Do you guys follow Augie? He's doing some great stuff. Yeah, that'd be really cool. All right, so everybody, workshop day tomorrow. Grab your tickets, link in bio. We're gonna peace out for today's office hours. As always, send in your clips. We save them for future office hours. And whatever you want us to see and review, that's what you should send in. And it's great to hear all of you and be with you. And we'll see some of you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks.